Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully able to update our the features. Now that is totally dynamic. Everything is now comes from to this our database. Now in this video, I want to use the same logic that I have already done it for our slider. Same concept. Now I want to implement it for our the clarify as it's clarify all strategies. Now this part I want to make it as a dynamic. And here there is also another part. This part will be just like that same that I will also cover it as I told you for our questions. This will be just like that same. Okay, but now I want to update rest of all the data. So let's do that work. For doing this, I want to create another new model as a clarify. Here I copy it, and now I want to go to our project. Into the project area right now we don't need it. I want to go to our terminal. Here I want to create on the new model. I want to better make it as a clear, and then I want to create on the new model that will be a PHP artisan, and then the make model, and that will be model name. I name it as a clarifies, okay, or clarify, whatever you choose, but I name it as clarify. I want to make it as a capital. Okay, that will be a capital clarify. Now this type of one of the name, actually that will be depends on you what type of name you want to use. Here by this name I want to actually create on the new database table, and I just also created on the migrations table. Right, now click as enter, model is created and migration is also successfully created. Now our next job will be we have to go to our model. Into this model area, first of all I want to better make it as a protected guarded for our all that field. Here I want to update it, and then in our migrations here I want to copy some of the things. Like here I copy it and I want to paste it for this table as a clarify. And here as you actually notice the same logic, that is one of the images that have one of the title and also that have one of the description. So here we don't need to insert multiple data, only one specific data we have to actually update it. Right, now I want to simply make it our field name as a title, another one as a description, another one I want to take it as an image. That's all. And also all that field I want to make it as a nullable. Okay, because there is only one field that actually that will be needed. I want to make it as a nullable, and nullable. And also I updated this table of protected guarded for our model, all that our field. Now that should be as a fillable. Okay, great. Now I want to click as a save all, and now if you go, I want to migrate it. That will be as a PHP artisan, and then migrate artisan and migrate MIGRATE. Now click as enter. New database table is successfully created. If you go to our database, into the database, now that should be another database is created as a clarify, and here that is all the data. So I want to first of all insert some of the data like title, description and image. Now I want to click as a go. Now that is fine. That is our specific one ID related title. I want to get it. I want to get the description and then image, and then only we have to update it. As I told you, that will be just like that same that I have already done it for our slider. Now let's do that work. For doing this, I want to go to same logic. Here we don't need it. I want to go to our sidebar. I want to go to our admin sidebar, and in our admin, and that is our admin body and sidebar. Here I want to now create another new one. I copy this total li, or rather than you can also copy that our sidebar. Okay, that is a slider. I want to simply copy it. And now after that I want to take another one that will be our name. Okay, here I want to use that name like as this one. I copy it. That will be the clarify setups. Okay, and also here I want to use it as a get clarifies, and I want to create on the new route as a get and then the clarify. Okay, here now this type of one of the route I want to create. Great. So now this type of one of the route we have to create in our web.php, better in our same home controller. I want to do this work. Better I copy it, and now after that I want to paste it, and one by one I will update it. So now that will be first of all the name. I want to use it as a sidebar. I name it as a get clarifies. This type of one of the route we have to create, and now in our web.php that will be our get clarifies. And that will be all clarifies. I want to make it as a get clarifies, and also I want to create on the new method that will be as a get I name it as a get clarifies. Okay, so now this type of one of the method we have to create. So as I told you, that will be just like the same that I have already done it in our controller. If you go to our slider controller, from to the slider controller, you can also copy the same logic, because that will be actually just like that same. So now I want to do and to simply copy it from to this our slider. That means our slider controller. I want to copy it now in our home controller area here. After that, I want to do and to paste it. And now that will be the name as a get clarifies. I copy it. Now I want to do and to simply update this our name as a get clarifies. And here we have to load that our model. Now I want to simply copy it. I want to access that our which table. I want to access that that is the clarifies table. So here we have to support it. That is our clarify, one of the model, and that's the model I want to do and to support it. Great. So now that's fine. And now throughout this model, I want to get this data. I take that I want the variable as a clarify. Okay, here I just name it as a clarify. So I want to make it a little bit fast, because I know without watching this video you can able to done it. But if you have any issues, you can get stack references from here. So now that is a clarify. Here I will also find out that is our one ID data. And that is actually our one ID data. I want to simply find it, and that should be get it in our return view in our admin backend. I will create another new folder as a clarify, and here I want to create another new file that will be as a our get clarify compacted data. I name it with the name. Here I simply pass it. So now I want to do and to create this folder in our backend in our admin. Okay, I want to go to our admin and backend folder. Here I want to create another new folder as a clarify, and here I will create another new file that will be as a get clarify.blade.php. Okay, here I simply created. So now this page will be also just like that same. Here if you go to our slider, and if you go to our get slider, I will actually copy everything from here. And now I want to update it in here. In our get clarify, I simply paste it, right? Because there is also the same field here. I want to now update as a get, that will be as a clarify. So I name it as a clarify, right? So that will be get clarify, edit, and then I want to simply update it as a edit clarify, and then the hidden field value or value, now we can able to access it throughout this our clarify, which I have already passed it in our get clarify. Here I want to update that value as a clarify ID, requested ID as a 1. So now that is actually our ID, and then that is our field name, also the same name. Here I have used it as a title, description, and image. Now here that will be the title will be the same. Now existing title that should be display, existing our that is a link that will be actually that will be not needed. Here I want to simply remove this field, and that will be another one as a description, and with this clarify I want to display the description. And then that is a photo image field name, also the same name as the image. That means that is also totally fine. That will be as a clarify photo. Okay, and then that is the rest of everything same. Here existing image that should be display, with the clarify that should be display the image. That's all, right friend? I hope the concept is very clear. Now let's check this out. Click as a save all. And now if you go, I want to make it as a PHP Artisan optimized running successful. Here if you now go, I want to refresh it. Now that should be another menu, and also here that will be our clarify setup. If you go to our get clarify, perfectly it's getting that our existing data, which data manually I have inserted. That is the data is now successfully get it as a title, description, and then the photo. So now I want to update it, right? So here we have to update it with these images, and this image size that will be, if you go to our Frontend, into the Frontend, this image size that should be as a 302 and 618. So it will be very easy, because I have already installed that image intervention, and throughout this image intervention appropriate this size image I will update. So how can do this work? But I want to continue this process in our next video. I will update this part. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video here, we successfully created one of the page as our edit clarify, and from to this database here manually I have inserted that data, and that is the data we successfully get it. Now simply I want to update. Let's do that work. For doing this, I want to go back to our project, and into this project that is our get clarify blade page. And here now we have to also pass that our ID, which I have already passed it. Now we have to create that our email a new route, and also here I have used it as a multi-part form data, because as I told you, that will be just like that our slider, and from to the slider I have actually copied everything. Now I want to create another new one as a update clarify. Now this type of the route I want to do, I want to create, I copy it. Now go to the web.php, here I paste it. Now that will be the name as a update clarify. Here I want to update that our route name as a update clarify. URL I want to use it as a update clarifies. I want to create on the new method as a update. Okay, update clarify, and that will be obviously one of the post method. Here I want to make it as a post. Great. Now we have to create this our update clarify, so that will be just like that our slider controller. Here if you go into the slider controller, that is our updates slider, right? Same logic. Better I copy the total method from here with image, without image. Now I copy it. I copy the total method from to these positions. Now in our home controller, I want to simply paste it. So now I want to replace everything, like here that will be our web.php. That means in here that is our method name, that should be as a update clarify. Here I want to make it as a update, and that will be the update clarify. And also I want to check it our image intervention, I didn't load it, so I want to go to the our slider controller. From here actually two of these things will be needed, right? Our image manager and then the driver, because now we have to handle that our image. I copy it. Now here I want to paste it. Great. So now one by one I want to update. Like here if you go, now first of all our database, our name that should be as a update clarify request ID. I want to create the new name as a clarify clear ID. That will be our requested ID, and that will be the name as a clarify. Here I want to use it one of the name, another variable name as a clarify. Okay, name it as a clarify, CLARIFI. Okay, that is type of the name I want to use it. Same logic, our field name also here is the same name. Here if you go for the images, our image field name as the image, which is fine. So that will be get that our requested data. It should be updated, which here everything I have already discussed about that things with you. Now that is a resize, and here also better I want to use that another name. Okay, clarify. Okay, that will be CLRARIFI. This type of one of the folder I want to create, and that will be uploaded in our upload. And the clarify, our image size will be which one? Our image size here, if you go to that our font in, that should be as a 302618 302. Okay, I want to use it 302 and 618. That is actually our image size. That should be uploaded in our upload and this folder. Now we have to also create this folder. I want to go to that our project, and in our public folder in our upload, our clarify related image, that should be save it into this our clarify folder, which is fine. Here I have created, everything will be same, and that is the slider. Here I have changed that name. Now with this I want to access that our image, and with this I want to access unlink that our existing image, which is fine. And then that will be our model name. Our model name as a clarify. Here I want to use that our model name, and that is actually our field name as a title is the same, description is the same, link that is not needed, and that will be our another one as image, right? So there is actually three of this field. Here if you go to the database, title, description and image. So that is our title, description and image. That should be displayed as a clarify updated with image successfully. And now this ID I have already changed that name. That will be as a clarify ID, and also that should be get that our clarify ID, right? That will be find that our clarify ID, which will be comes from to the requested ID, and that is the requested ID. I have already passed it on of the hidden input field by the name as ID, and now that is our ID. I hope that you already know about this part. Now that is our ID. Here we have to pass it. That will be our clarify ID. Okay, that will be updated. These are three of this information, and else that will be updated our two of this information. That means same logic here. That will be our clarify. That will be our clarify ID. That will be updated and without image. only that our title and description. And that should be display our Clarify updated successful, and it should be returned redirect to the back page. That's all. I hope, friend, you already remembered this part. Now throughout this, that will be updated a specific the requested ID related images. Okay, ID related images will be updated with image and title, and that will be without image. That's all. Now our specific, there is a Clarify model here in particular this table area. Now this data that should be updated. Okay, you can see, as I told you, I have already completed the basic main things. Very easy actually. Laravel, if you actually practice it, is very easy, one of the framework. Now I want to how much easily we can actually create it. I show you, like here, that will be as a PHP artisan optimize. I simply updated that our cache, that removed that all that our cache. Now if you go back, I want to refresh it. Now I want to update it here. If you want to update, like I want to use some of the appropriate data, I want to update that our title, like that one. So I use that our title. I want to update that our descriptions. Okay, here I want to use that descriptions. Now click on the save changes. There is a Clarify updated without image successfully, and both of these data is successfully visible. That means that should be updated in our database, our title and description. Now I want to also update that our image, like for education purpose here I want to check that image in our demo. Okay, into this demo images here I want to use for education purpose as a this one. Okay, this one or this type of the image I want to use it. Now click on the save changes. Now that should be also updated, that Clarify updated image successfully. That's really great. Here if you now go, that is successfully uploaded, and if you go to that our folder, into this folder area, this image is successfully updated with our appropriate dimension as a 302 and 618. Okay friend, here we successfully able to done this job. So now simple job here, that is the information, so we have to visible it in our front end. But I want to continue this process in our next video. I will update this part. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video. Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, from to this backend, we can able to update these informations, right? Here we can able to update that our title, description and Clarify photos. Now that is the informations I want to update, and I want to visible it in our front end. Let's do that work. For doing this, I want to go back to that our view page. Right now that will be not needed. I want to better make it as a clean, and if you now go to that our view, that means in our home layout, and that is our Clarify blade. Right, so into this Clarify blade, what exactly we have to do? First of all, I want to simply get this data. Before that, our sections, that will be actually just like this one, this concept, we have to now load it. I want to simply take one of the PHP block as a PHP started, PHP is ended. I take one of the variable as a Clarify with this our model. If you want to access it in our blade, we have to access it throughout this our app / the models. MODELS, right? That is the models, and then that will be our Clarify. It should be find out our one ID related data, which I have already updated in our database as a one ID. Now that is the data I want to do and to visible it. There is a Clarify, and in here, first of all, that is actually one of the SVG. You can see that is actually our file, and now here I want to update it. So here that will be updated with the name as a Clarify, and with this Clarify I want to display that our field name as an image. Now our appropriate size image that should be display, and then I want to update that our title. Okay, here that should be updated. I want to simply update it, and that is our title. Here I want to simply update it, that our Clarify, and with this I want to update that our field name as a title, and also another one we have to update for the descriptions. Better I copy it, and in here I want to paste it. So now that will be the name as a description, right? Make that sure spelling is correct. That is the title, description and the image. Now I have display both of these in here. Now let's check this out. If you now click as a save all, and now if you go to that our project, and in our front end I want to refresh it. Now perfect. Now that is successfully done. So if you change anything in here as a one, description as a one, click as a save changes. Now that should be also updated in here as a 1 and 1, and that is our images. Great. So how much easy, right? How much easily we successfully make this part also as a dynamic right now. Next, so that will be another part as a get all your finish. So that will be your job. Okay, so make that sure you complete this part and let me know about your update. So make that is simply this, that is actually some of the tables are simply created, and then they have some of the title. They have also some of the images. They have some of the short description. You can add another two of this field as a undefined. You can add another field as a real time. So here simply display all the data in particular that position. Okay, so that will be your task. So make that sure you complete this task. Make that sure you make this part as a dynamic, and that is the data. Let me know about your update. Okay, so here I have already done that. Our slider, same concept. You can also apply it for that is a clarification, and you can also apply it for here. So simply copy everything from to the our clarify and implemented that things in here. You can only assign the another two of this field in here as a undefined dashboard and real time. Okay, so that will be your task. Make that sure you complete this part and let me know about your update. So next video I want to work for our another field that will be the same concept. Here I will actually update these things from this our backend, and then there is also another as a connect your account, and for this I will actually use another functionality which I have already used it in here into the same here in our page area. You can actually update these informations from here for the three of this field. So that is actually our different things. I will also share that things with you, but before doing this I want to update. There have also another video. There should be some of the background image. There should be some of the title, description. There's some of the link. So next video I want to make this part that should be as a dynamic. How you can do this work in our next video, I will show you that things with the live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.